Autism rates are on the rise. In the past 2 decades, the numbers have climbed from 1 in thousands to 1 in less than 100. While the cause is still unclear to many researchers, if we look back over the past 100 years, we can see the progress we're making in diagnosing and effectively treating individuals with autism. The improvement of classifying the disorder appropriately, the new breakthroughs in science and research, and a firm grasp on its effects on a person's behavior are drastically improving the lives of individuals living with autism. We may still have a journey ahead, but when we look back, we can see just how far we've come.
Canner and Hans Asperger, who were pioneers in being able to give autism a name, really. At that time, it was thought that autism was as a result of kind of cold or aloof parenting. And since then, we really have disproven that altogether. In 1977, Folstein and Rutter published a genetic study showing that autism is largely a genetic disorder, and lots of research has replicated that finding since then. We know now that autism affects all walks of life.
The 1980s was the gateway to future advances in autism research and understanding. For the first time, autism was classified as a developmental disorder rather than a mental illness. Research started focusing on the autism brain and genetic exploration began. In the 1990s, autism awareness rose rapidly, as did the prevalence of autism cases. Diagnosis criteria was better defined and allowed for a diagnosis in younger children. Early intervention has been proven to help children with autism, and this diagnosis criteria was instrumental in helping younger children receive help. Treatment focused on behavioral approaches. No longer was autism a quiet issue. More and more voices started crying out about the need for funding and research into the mystery of autism.
We then had this wonderful idea to start a World Autism Day. Sheikh Moses got 50 other countries to co-sponsor the bill, and it was signed into an official day by the United Nations, and we now have a World Day for Autism.
And in 2007, a CDC report came out reporting 1 in 166, which is just a huge and dramatic increase in such a short period of time. Scientists and other clinicians have thought that this is due to a number of different factors. One being how we diagnose autism. So now we're better able to diagnose more subtle forms of the disorder that might have been missed earlier on, which is great for early intervention to be put into place. And in terms of how we diagnose autism, this has also changed. Our diagnostic boundaries of the disorder have changed over the past 20 years or so. While all these factors do contribute to a rise in the number of autism diagnoses, they don't explain the whole picture. We're still learning all of the contributing factors that result in a diagnosis of autism, and we're still there, we're still working on it, but we're not quite there yet.
What I hope and anticipate is that 5 years from now we'll have an even better understanding of autism, and I think there's real hope and opportunity for that.